How's everyone doing tonight? I'm your host, Good Energy. Welcome to Tennis in a Minute. This is the late night segment, Tennis After Dark, where we just take a look at some of the matches going on tomorrow. We have Mertens taking on Dolehide, the American. Now, from the hard-hitting Belgium, Elisa finds herself here after taking out Wozniacki in the first round. And look, I talked about Caroline. Looks like she's going to be in Wimbledon again. Her and her father put up a fight about not getting the wild card entry into the French Open. And listen, guys, I think Osaka's father said it best. If you are a tennis player, play tennis. I think there's a lot of complaining going on. Woz recently said that the WTA needs to do a lot more for ladies that have children and come back. I guess he mentioned that, coming back from an injury is completely different from coming back from having a child. As the changes to your body, it takes more time. I agree. But what do you expect the WTA to do? To like keep giving you wild cards? I don't. What do you? They've given you enough wild cards. If that's what it's about, like keep getting free wild cards. There's thousands of players on tour that would like that opportunity. I feel if look after two wild cards, what more do you want? U.S. Open, Australian Open, now Wimbledon. It's way too many wild cards, and the same with Venus. You guys, if you're going to be a tennis player, play tennis. But to keep begging for wild cards because you want to slam, you know, like 5 years ago, come on. 6 years ago, like come on, like it's just the complaining, the entitlement. It needs to stop. If you are a tennis player, play tennis, go get it in the mud, earn your points, and it's like we're going to see here these players that are getting these wild cards that have been not playing tournaments, skipping parts of the schedule, doing what's convenient for them. We're going to see after Wimbledon. Because if these players that are receiving these wild cards for Wimbledon, if they don't do anything at SW19, then listen, forget about the U.S. Open. Give these new upcoming players that are struggling financially, that need a break, they need help. But we don't want to see the same old stars getting these wild cards and they can't win matches. It's like, look, when you come back from an injury, I think you need a lot more help coming back from an injury than a pregnancy. When you're coming back from an injury, your body literally needs to repair itself because it's damaged. When you're coming back from giving birth to a child, that's a completely different thing. I think an injury, in my opinion, I think an injury is worse because your body needs, your DNA needs to repair itself. When you have a child, you can work yourself back into shape. You're not dealing with an injury where your body had to heal itself and repair itself. You're just dealing with adjusting your form and getting back in shape. To me, that's different. Take a look at Svitolina. She's proof. Osaka's proof. You can have a child and come back in 6 months and be at your level. An injury, that is completely different, okay? Because you're talking about potentially your body not even healing back to where it was. Injuries are different because you not only do you have to heal and repair your body, then you have to get back into shape, into form. When you give birth, you just got to get back in shape. So I just think the excuses, we're tired of hearing them. Like, I don't want to keep seeing the same stars get these wild cards and they can't win matches on tour. As much as I love these players, it's starting to become a reoccurring theme and it's taking too many opportunities away from these players that are struggling and they need money, they need help. The same with Venus, all of them. We're tired of seeing you guys get wild cards. Venus, we got to retire. Look, this is just my opinion. It's time to hang it up. You're ruining your legacy. But, all right, that's my rant for the night. I just, like, wow, she's not even winning matches, bro. Like, it's just, her and her father put up a big fuss. They said the French Open, the French Open matchmakers, executives take them as a joke. Dude, you guys aren't even winning matches. Like, all right, let's get off that. Elisa Mertens taking on Dolehide. Listen, This is a match here where Mertens, she's just gonna have the variety on grass. She's gonna have the two-way play, but Dolehide's gonna have some power to adjust some of these rallies and take control. This is not necessarily a green light for Mertens, even though she owns that dad. I think the first set goes over 8.5. I think Dolehide's going to win games. I think Mertens going to win games. First set over 8.5. That's a pick, guys. We have Barbora Krejcikova taking on Harriet Dart, the Brit. Listen, guys, this is going to be a good match here. A lot more fans are going to be here cheering for Dart than Barbora. But here's the thing here. Even though Barbora has not played much, I am much more impressed with her victory over Dasha than I am with Dart over Uchima. Even though Harriet Dart, as the last couple of years, she's coming on strong on grass, but she's still got a losing record. And I've talked about how she hasn't been great on grass. She looked pretty good against Uchima. But, I mean, that's a match she should have won. She did look good against Bolter as well, going 3 sets with her. But Barbora against Seville, I felt she needed to do what she needed to do, right? A breadstick in the first set. Second set, she showed toughness. And look, Seville came through qualifiers. She took out Gadecki and Buxa, 2 good players in form. I think Babar starts slow, so you got to be careful here. She's a slow starter. She likes to warm up, fill out her opponents, figure out what they're doing, get a rhythm. She'll literally come out and just drop the first set, and she might do that here. Barbora might have to win this in 3, but I think Barbora wins. Barbora gets the victory. That's a pick. Too much variety down the stretch. On grass, it's about the variety. You have to have variety. The surface plays too fast. And that brings us to this match here. We have Mary Boo in the building taking on Diana Snyder. I say it all the time. Diana's a walking tank. She's got power. She loves to come forward. But I don't know if she's necessarily healthy here. She's taking on a defensive powerhouse in Mary Boo, who she's gonna get balls back. She's gonna put a lot of pressure on Diana's racket. Can Diana make solid decision making as a younger player here? We know that Mary Boo owns the head-to-head between these two, and we know that Mary Boo, as of late, she's been playing very well on grass, and grass is not for everyone. You know, a lot of players don't like grass. It's a fast surface. A lot of players struggle on it. Mary Boo overall, guys, she's a hard player. The last couple seasons, though, she's looked pretty decent on grass. Diana Snyder doesn't have any experience on grass. She's a clay player without a doubt. Literally 80% of her wins come on clay. But last time out, she beat Richecki. That's a very impressive win. I do like Bouzkova going 3 with Watson. Watson's a lot more experience on grass. And I think Bouzkova is just going to have too much for Diana in this spot. I like Bouzkova to win this match outright. And that brings us to, this might be the last match here, I think, right? Who do we have here? We have Bouzkova winning. We have Barbora winning, probably going to go 3. And we have Lisa Mertens. And we have who? And Helena Kalinina taking on Yulia. Listen, guys, Yulia owns a head-to-head here. She's got the variety, man. She's got the drop shot. Any players with good drop shots on grass are just very, very good at winning points. It's that type of surface where if you can hit an effective drop shot, your opponent can't do anything about it. They're going to be antsy. They're going to be on the defensive. They won't be able to develop a rhythm. They're going to be thinking in the back of their mind, when's she going to do it? When's she going to do it? And then it's just going to lead to them overhitting, overplaying, making mistakes, and rushing. Putintseva, guys, believe it or not, she's not a great grass player. I'm surprised because she has the variety for it. She took out the French woman, Claire Buell, in the first round. Very impressed by that win. The younger, more athletic variety. And she's dominated Anne Helena in the past. I do like the win over Bolter, but I told you guys, look, she's going to take on Anne Helena. When her and her boyfriend, when they win those championships, we saw what happened after, she won San Diego, and Alex, whatever tournament he won, flew in. Big favorite, big letdown the following tournament. Same here. Just come on. You win. Katie Bolter hasn't won a lot of tournaments. She's celebrating. You have to celebrate the moments. How long has she been on tour? She's just winning her first main tour championships. You have to celebrate those moments. And that's why talk all the time about someone like Coco, who's had the best teenage career on the main tour as over anyone in the current top 10. You have to appreciate what she's done, guys. Look at players like Ajla Tomljanovic, who's never even won a title. Guys, you have to recognize greatness when you see it, and it's not about convincing anyone. It's be honest with yourself. Coco has the same number of championships the last few years as Rebecca and pretty much Sabalenka too. You know, Sabalenka does have the extra slam, but Coco's also made 2 slam appearances as a teenager. No one's done that. No one's won 7 titles as a teenager and another 8 doubles titles. No one's made 2 WTA finals. No one's had a number no one's had a number 3 ranking and a number 1 doubles ranking simultaneously. No one's done that in the top 10. That's a lot of work. It's a busy schedule. No one set the record for most teenage wins in master events. And on and on and on. There's a ton of things, you know, youngest player to win a slam, you know, and a lot of crazy stuff that she's done. And what I would say as a junior, what I would say is just appreciate these amazing moments that these players give us when they're making history, because it's not easy, you know. These are once in a lifetime athletes. And here, I gotta go with the first set over 8.5. I think both ladies will hold here, but I would lean towards Putintseva also winning. But we'll take the first set over 8.5. What's next? Long hair don't care. Leylah Fernandez and Ajla Tomljanovic. It's going to be a good match here. Now, Ajla's, look, she's a good baseliner. She's an iron woman. She's very tough. Like I told you guys, you know, we go back to her last full season a couple of years ago. Literally, more than half of her wins consisted of sets that win at least 12 games, while she had 19 sets alone go to tie breaks. Guys, she's tough. Now, that says a couple things. She's a mental fighter. She's always finding herself down a set or down in matches, and she doesn't give up. But that also says her defense is not that great, right? So she can't really stop players. She's a tall person, long legs. Not as athletic coming vertically, and I think Leylah should have a field day here. Ajla's going to put up a fight. Not going to be easy, but I think Leylah should have enough to get the victory here. I think the short ball's athletic ability should give Leylah opportunities for passing shots. If Ajla can take control of the rallies early, she's going to have to do that. She's going to have to keep Leylah on the back foot, but she's a baseline bully. I say that because she keeps everything in front of her. Ajla's going to have to go in the corner. She's going to have to go down the line. She's going to have to keep Leylah from coming forward vertically. She's going to have to make Leylah move horizontally. She has the power to do that, but the problem is she's going to have to defend. And if she has a bad service game, we've seen Ajla have a lot of double faults and a lot of faults. She has a bad service game, Leylah goes up. That could be the match there. We'll take Leylah to get the victory here on the money line. Those are the picks, guys. Enjoy Tennis in a Minute. Like the video, show some love. We're going to take a look at Berlin next, so make sure you like the video.